Yeah, so I'm wanting to buy this F-150. I want to see how much it was. Yeah, that's great, cause our prices are more than fair. Okay, well, what does that mean? Well, we take a fair price and then we just charge more. Oh, that seems fair? More than fair.
What's going on, people? Did ya miss me? Envy out here, moving a little bit crazy. So initially I wanted to believe this was just a rumor or a scam or something, because the Breakfast Club is a big ass part of the culture, right? They all too high profile to be involved in some low life shit. Then I saw that DJ Envy had this dude on the Breakfast Club, and I said, here.
It all started with this interview.
We got a special guest in the building. You might know him on Instagram as Flippin' NJ, my friend Caesar Pena.
5 years later, numerous customers allege they were defrauded by Caesar. Over the past 5 years, DJ Envy has promoted Caesar as a real estate expert and trustworthy source for learning the game.
What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
Flippin' NJ.
Not only that, but outside of the Breakfast Club, Envy was positioning itself as a close associate with the con artist, Caesar Pena. As a matter of fact, if you ask most of the investors in question, they didn't hear about Caesar from his own merits or his own hard work. It was DJ Envy that introduced him.
He's trying to do damage control. It was DJ Envy who personally introduced me to Caesar.
I would have never known who Caesar was without Envy, to be perfectly honest.
It was pretty simple. So we heard about him, of course, the Breakfast Club.
Now, flash forward to today, where in the past 2 weeks, it's all starting to come out that Caesar barely knew what the hell he was doing. With the influx of lawsuits and allegations against the street criminal turned white collar criminal, real estate predator, DJ Envy has been trying to distance itself. Unfortunately for Envy, we was there when you was this dude's right hand man, bro.
What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
Flippin' NJ.
Hey. What up, y'all? It's DJ Envy.
Flippin' NJ.
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 What up, it's DJ Envy.
Envy, against the will of smarter legal counsel, even goes on to publicly distance itself from Caesar using what? You guessed it, the Breakfast Club.
Envy on his show, now denying any involvement in Caesar's real estate deals.
Now, Caesar, if he took money, I wasn't privy to it, nor did I even know. But for anybody to say I was involved, that's totally not true.
Anthony Barone says he toured Paterson, New Jersey properties with Envy and Caesar, then invested $500,000 in a planned apartment project and another $300,000.
I invested in Flip to Down, which was an online platform for fractional shares in buildings. DJ Envy is listed as the co-founder.
Got him. We fucking got him.
Now, here go my black ass doing my research, and I find out something real interesting that I never knew. What they are doing is not only wrong, but it actually has a target audience, your own people. I noticed DJ Envy, as a Hispanic dude, seemed to scam a lot of Hispanic people.
This is unfair. It's unfair. We're trying to chase the American dream, just working, provide the best for our family, and then that dream is being crushed.
It's like, what's going on? Like, it's confusing when he does that, right? Because on one end he's ignoring us, and then on the other end he takes the initiative to reach out to us every 5 months or so. I don't know, it's weird, and kind of give us hope.
This has a name. It's called an affinity scam. They target people by making them feel they have things in common personally. The goal is to make the person feel like they can blindly trust you before you ask them for some blind trust. Cause you have no proof because you a scammer, right?
I'm like, bro, I thought it was a part of the deal for you to promote me, for you to do this. One post here or there, one post here or there, one post here or there, post here, post there. And I'm like, yo, bro, like, what's going on, man? Like, I thought you were supposed to, you know, let people know that we're in business with this. And he's like, I don't got to do that shit. I don't think you remember the agreement we had. I don't care about your company.
I tried to reach out to Caesar. He didn't DM me back. I reached out to Jenny. She's like, oh, just keep trying to get the money back from my brother-in-law. He got to give it to you. I reached out to DJ Envy. I screenshot my DMs. This is about a year ago. It's a year later. My house took 2 years to finish because I had to come up with the equity, the money, because you ran with my bread. So I had to come up with more bread to pay the man to finish my house so I could stop paying.
So during and post-COVID, a lot of affinity scammers emerged in the Black and Hispanic community, including Jay Morrison and Greg Parker, both of which played heavily off of the my people tropes.
This right here, right? And right here says Martin and Malcolm. This is bigger than the album. I'll just think about that for a second. You have two people comparing themselves to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
These guys, they prey on the financial illiteracy of their audience, and they also prey on just the naivete of a community in search for a savior.
I carry the burden of my community every day.
I think it's actually the burden of all the messages from his clients who feel slighted and are asking for their money back.
One thing that you mentioned to me, is it fair to say that he's targeting the Black community mostly? Is that who he's trying to pitch to?
100%. So a lot of people that don't have, that you grow up in the inner cities and you're not exposed to real business, and you don't, you know, you want to do the right thing, and a lot of these guys are, like, in the inner cities are influenced by street culture. So he mixes street culture and a street story of taking $5 grand and turning it to some $40 million, $50 million empire. So he's got this outlandish story of like, hey, I come from the hood and I've made it, and you know, I've taken this little bit of money and I've made so much, and I can show you how to do it, and I can take you through the process. So
I'm more street educated than anything else. When all my friends went to college and stuff like that, I chose the streets. Everybody's telling me, oh, you gotta change your life, can't do this, you're gonna end up in jail. So I ended up in jail.
I'm starting to wonder if he and Jay Morrison were roommates in prison, sharing their ideas on how to implement their street knowledge in the real estate game.
I was never thinking about public speaking or anything like that. And I met Envy, he inspired me, and he said I had a great story and I could inspire other people. Started with no money, and here I am, $50 million later in real estate.
How much?
$50 million.
I don't have no college education. I come from the hood and crack for real. My dad taught me how to cook crack at 17 years old, in a stove and a microwave.
When in reality, they target Black people to scam out of a lack of respect and no fear of legal consequences when a Black man is wrong. That's why, like the big homie Tony the Closer say, this is community work.
But you ain't gonna come in here and try to tell me to be quiet or let nobody else handle shit. Weak ass, spineless ass niggas, man. And none of you niggas got backbones. It should be many people stepping with me in the hope of getting the right thing done for these people. But Black people don't care about nobody until it happened to them. That's the problem with our culture and our community. Niggas will turn a blind eye on shit that's foul and wrong. I don't stand with that, bro. Like, it's so amazing to me that niggas would be like, let the feds handle, let the police handle. Like, that's not police work, it's called community work. It's called community work. It's our community. Fucking police ain't never gave a fuck about us. FBI ain't never gave a fuck about niggas. So to hear you niggas be like, let the feds handle this, let this nigga handle this. Nah, nigga. Them feds, the police ain't never did nothing for Black people. They not gonna ever try to step for Black people. And if the community don't do the community work, it's never going to be any resolution. There's never going to be any growth. You know, you never wonder why we still have the same repetitive conversations over and over again. How many times we still talk about the same shit and no growth, no resolution? Because it's us. We expecting somebody else to come do the things that we supposed to be doing for ourselves.
It's become such common knowledge that Jay has scammed his community that every podcast he's on now addresses the allegations. The Tulsa Real Estate Fund was a full year late in filing with the SEC. If he was actually making money with his fund, he'd be letting everyone know.
And I'm not even saying our fund is like lit. We're not profitable. We're in the red.
I've never heard a fund manager use the term lit when describing investment returns.
He told him that he was actually going to be doing basically a full service real estate transaction, meaning he would go find the property for him, he would do the construction work, and then he would do the property management on the back end. So people were basically getting like this hands-off approach to getting their very first investment property. But what they found out is that he sold them lemon properties and then never did the construction work. So people were getting photos and videos of properties that they were being told were being worked on, but the whole time those properties had never been touched.
Caesar was introduced to Anthony Barone and Anthony Martini. Martini signed DJ Envy to his record label in 2016. A few years later, when DJ Envy began promoting Caesar, Martini became interested. He trusted Envy from their friendship and because Caesar sounded legit. Envy told Martini that he was a partner on many deals with Caesar that had gone well and mentioned that there was a new investment opportunity opening up to partner with them. 385-391 Totowa Avenue in Paterson, New Jersey is where an old school building rots away. Envy told Martini that this location would become a new apartment complex project spearheaded by Caesar and Jennifer Pena. Around the same time, Envy and Caesar met with a man named Anthony Barone who brought his friends Eaton Sugarman, DJ Clue, and Gary V as they all indicated interest in the prospective real estate investment opportunities. Over the next 4 hours, Caesar and Envy drove around Paterson, New Jersey, showing off the successful real estate investments they had. One of the properties shown to the group was 385-391 Totowa Avenue that was being pitched as a chance to turn this rundown school into a financially lucrative apartment complex called Taylor Court Apartments. Barone decided to invest $500,000 for a 12.5% interest stake after believing the apartment project would be a good investment. Caesar said construction would be completed a year later in early 2021. What helped Barone solidify his decision was seeing documents for the project also signed by his friend Anthony Martini to proceed with wiring his $500,000 to Caesar. A little red flag is that it's now alleged that Caesar forged Martini's signature. November 2021, Caesar notifies Barone and Martini that construction is underway for their apartment building project, even notifying them that workers are there every day and that the plumbing and foundation are done. December 2021, Stanley Acosta attended one of DJ Envy and Caesar's real estate seminars at the Javits Center in New York City. A few days later, he was in Pena's office discussing a potential partnership deal for the property at 145 Union Avenue in Paterson, New Jersey. The only data I see is on Redfin, indicating this property hasn't been sold since 2015. In March 2022, Acosta gave Caesar $150,000 in cash with the promise of $45,000 profit within 5 months. Around this time, Caesar reached out to Barone and Martini to notify them that the Taylor Court apartment project was underway for the second time, but completion would now be around November 2022. August 2022, Anthony Martini is tired of Caesar not responding to his calls, so he decides to drive by the job site for his massive Taylor Court apartments deal. He finds that no construction has been done despite Caesar saying it began months ago. He demands Caesar to return his money. According to Batch Leads, this property doesn't have a mortgage.
Oh my God! Wow! We buy a property in Paterson, it's multi-family, it needed to be knocked down. I'm gonna build it up for you. I'm the best contractor for you. I got you. First thing contractors do, they get paid before the job. So I had to deposit $97,500 into Lucci's bank account. I deposit the cash. I got all my paperwork. I'm currently with a lawyer and all of that. I got all my paperwork. This nigga was never a contractor. He was never a contractor. He wrote me a floozy contract, had everybody in the trap landlord shirt. So I'm thinking this is his company. You a contractor. You Caesar's little brother. And at the end of the day, nah, he wasn't.
So we could determine that affinity scamming is a big business right now. DJ Envy and Caesar Pena were running a two-man affinity scam where a familiar nationally syndicated DJ who is a household name provides the affinity and builds that trust in you, fattening them up for Caesar. And that pun is intended because Caesar like the Jay-Z of DoorDash.
I want y'all to tell me what this nigga ate in one day. Eat. Let me know when you're ready. Tell me when you're ready, because I want you to know when are you ready? All right, bet. So I'm gonna give you the numbers. Add these up for me. So $20.16 plus $20.65 plus $30.80 plus $20.65 plus $29.64 plus $21.77. What's this right here? I don't think this will eat. Plus $220.98 $220.98 plus $29.53 plus $33.73 plus $16 plus $101.69 plus $55.78. Tell me that total. Tell me that total right there.
Feed me all night long.
$5.97.
Cause if you feed
that nigga spent $600 in food in one day.
I can grow up.
Boy, you an eating ass nigga.
And strong.
Now, Caesar Penis comes with the scam part. Let's do a quick rundown on how it works. They start in the form of a seminar that you have to pay for. The purpose of paying is to add value in your mind to whatever they say, because if you pay to hear it, it creates the illusion of value, right? The goal is to create an illusory wall of investment, invisible wall of investment that money can pass through, but not information.
Because of DJ Envy's influence, he was able to sell out large rooms for his real estate seminars with Caesar Pena. Many of the complaints explain how they met with Caesar because of watching him on stage at the seminars.
We currently own and manage and also have projects that we're building now from the ground up of 3,000 units.
This video was filmed in June 2022, the same month a mortgage company was foreclosing on them on their primary residence.
They've been paying like $2,000-3,000 for seminars, $5,000 seminars, and then when they get to the seminar, they don't learn anything. Then to talk to people, they got to pay more money, and we tried to stop that.
It's alleged in the complaints that they did the opposite. Following the speaker presentations, members of the Pena network, including DJ Envy, set up booths at which they offered private consultations with seminar attendees. They obtained all of their contact info, and then they sized up the financial resources in order to solicit attendees with high net worths for their joint ventures, and then offering consulting services with Caesar for $1,500 to $2,500 per meeting at his office.
I got a mastermind in Miami the 5th and 6th of February. They can check the link in my bio.
One of the RICO cases involves a man named Raymond Schaefer who paid $300 to attend one of Greg's investment seminars.
He brings people into these events. They sign up for a mentorship.
Plaintiff Raymond Schaefer enrolled in a one-on-one program with defendant G. Parker Unlimited LLC for an initial fee of $3,500 the program.
Once they sign up for the mentorship, they're then pitched into investment opportunities.
Greg Parker represented that he approved plaintiff for a $30,000 loan for the purchase of a property from Greg Parker's exclusive list, but that plaintiff, Raymond Schaefer, would have to provide the initial $20,000 down payment.
People have sent me addresses which, like you can see, he might have bought the property for $2,000 or $5,000 and then sold it to them for maybe $50,000 to $100,000.
Now, you get offered first a one-on-one mentorship after you can pay to get in one of the seminars. And the purpose of this is to root out who has more than just the entry fee. You know what I mean? And it's to see if you bought into the affinity part, because that means you're willing to give them more of your capital without getting more information.
Perfect example is from the Leslie Miles complaint. Leslie Miles paid a $7,000 entry fee to join his real estate rehab program. That gave her the ability to purchase from his exclusive list in East Cleveland, Ohio. She sent $86,000 for a property to be determined. Let me jump in real quick. Never, never, never give someone money to go buy a property to be determined. Absolutely do not ever do this. The next day she sent an additional $14,000, now totaling $100,000.
And how much money is he raising in terms of, is it a certain amount per person? Is it, are people just giving him a bunch of money? Whatever. Oh, that sounds bad.
At this point, they looking at it with an awareness that you're willing to just spend to be in proximity to the supposedly successful party. In this case, the scammer. You know what I'm saying? So the final step is to take the largest sum of money you can from the mark, meaning you. And so how they do that is they offer you to partner with them, and that's their way of saying, like, man, I'm just like you, bro. I got this. I got it. Don't even worry about it, bro. All I need is the money. You just give me the money and I got this, bro. You ain't got to do nothing. So let's look at some of the actual customer testimony and see what they had to say about it.
Did the deal back in January. The maturation date of the deal was supposed to be June 4th. Excuse after excuse. First, it's like everything's going fine. Then all of a sudden, it's excuse after excuse after excuse. Then it's a lack of returning phone calls, a lack of returning text messages, a complete like ghosting. Got my lawyer involved, send them a letter. of delinquency. They invite me to come to their home. I come to their home with my wife. We sit down at a table. His wife is crying about it. They're profusely apologizing. Caesar saying he's embarrassed about this.
He's just buying more time from us, trying to play us on our emotions. And that's why I just, I advised everybody on my team, like, yo, just get the ball rolling. The more we wait, the less likely we are to get anything back from this lawsuit. So,
like, we all gotta put in our lawsuits, which we've already done. We hired a lawyer, put in a lawsuit, and now we're moving forward.
Envy needs to take some sort of accountability, because if I never heard him on the Breakfast Club, seminar with Flippin' NJ, I would have never went to it. I would have never been out of pocket with my money. I thought it was legit, not until after I put the money in his bank account. The very next day, that nigga was in DR. The very next day, he was in DR. Like, so cut him another 20,000, because at the end of the day, I'm over here. I can't sell. I can't WhatsApp. I can't cash out. I'm in DR, so I'm believing him. Like, all right, send the guys to my house. I'll give him another 20K. Give him another 20K. Boom, he in DR for a week. He comes back for 2 days, goes back to DR. Whole time he got my money. I'm like, yo, I'm not supposed to give him the other 100. You supposed to, that 100 right there, you supposed to be paying the guys for. Yeah, but I'm in DR. I can't just send it. I got all of that. All of that. That nigga ran with the money.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. So what I suspect is about to happen to Envy, Caesar, Envy's wife, and the trap landlord dude, I think he's Caesar's brother, is a civil RICO, the likes of like Greg Parker got, right? I could have respected Envy more if not for one thing. He distanced himself from the guy after pushing people towards the guy, right? And now he act completely unaccountable when he was getting word for a while that Caesar's business wasn't straight. Now, the sort of giveaway is the fact that in the midst of throwing Caesar under the bus, he say he lost 500K, but instead of Envy suing Caesar, he goes on to try to sue the credit guy and Tony the closer, people who are raising awareness and bringing information up about Caesar. Now, they didn't actually sue Envy, so them speaking out about the situation was purely informational. He could have used that information to get his money from Caesar, right? If he was owed money like you say he was. But that don't seem to concern him. He seemed to be more concerned with silencing people who are able to link him and Caesar directly.
Oh yeah, and by the way, I paid you $550,000 in a matter of 2.5 years. But supposedly Caesar owes you $500,000, but you sued me, your business partner? That's a bitch move, bro. That's a bitch fucking move.
So now we gotta decide. Is DJ Envy coming to the cookout?
Motherfucker, you can't even make your wife come.
It's your boy Mac from Mac World Media. Like and sub to help me produce more content. I'm gone, family.